Hey guys, it is Saturday, and before we get started with the rest of the video, I wanted to invite you to a very special Zoom visit with Dish With Dee, Denise from Dish With Dee. I'm going to be her guest this week, and I'm so excited about that. I haven't done this yet, so I am very excited about it. Now, it is going to happen tomorrow, Sunday, June 14th at 1 p.m. Pacific. And the room ID number is 289-643-9356. And the password is weight loss. So I hope that you will join us and we can just have a good time. All right, see you
in this little patch of garden, I've got chard growing on this side. I picked a whole bunch, so I had to wait for it to come up again. But you can see I got to cut back some of this squash here so that the chard can get more sun, and that's happening all the way back there. Look at all these beautiful squash flowers that are coming out. Now these are the male ones because they don't have the bulbous fruit growing here. So, but I do have some females growing in there that need to be pollinated, I guess. And so sometimes if I don't see a bunch of bees around here, I'll just take the flower itself and rub the pollen onto the female to try to get a fruit out. But I need to cut out some of these, so I'm just about to prune back my squash. I've got butternut squash back there. And look at these tomato plants, which I need to work a little bit more on. These have not flowered yet. So I've got a few of them up in front here. And then I've got some eggplants back there. And I'll show you what's going on over here in this box. The watermelon has just gone nuts. So the watermelon that the kids planted is just loving it here in this box. And I don't know if you can see, but there are some flowers coming up, and those are where our fruits are going to be. The vines look wonderful. They just really love this box. And my tomatoes right here have started to flower. So I think I need to do some pruning in here and some tending to encourage some fruit growth. I also have, what are these? Not butternut squash, yellow squash coming up, and some more chard starting to come up here. I didn't plant anything else here except for potatoes, and they don't seem to be pushing through yet, so I'm not sure how, how successful that's going to be. So over here, we had a heat wave and it really destroyed a lot of the kale, and so I had picked it right before that, thank goodness. So I kind of had to wait until these grew up. So I don't like those moths. I had to wait until all of these burnt little things, grew up, and so that it started sprouting these nice new leaves. So I'm going to start picking these ones off so that the other ones can grow a little bit better and get rid of all the brown in there. But as you can see, I still have a lot of purslane that grows in here, and I just kind of let it go. The purslane's taken over where the spinach used to be, and there's no more spinach here. In fact, I'm going to get all that out. See, this was it, the last bit of it, and that heat wave just killed off the last bit. But I did harvest right before that. And so I left the purslane because I love that. That's awesome. Some of the spinach, I've let it just go to seed so I can collect the seed. But the purslane, that's here, and I still have that every morning. I love it to pieces. And here we are, right to the table. We've got the purslane in here and some mixed greens for honey and me, and scrambled egg and little reduced fat feta. And we have our apple pie oats with blueberries. I'm going to be putting together a cold blueberry soup. It's called Swedish blueberry soup. And I got it off of Pinterest. I will put the link below. I'll show you what goes in it. 3 cups of fresh or frozen thawed blueberries. I'm going to be using the frozen kind. 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm using this one from Walmart. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom. And I don't think there's really a substitute that you can use for this. It has a very fragrant smell that you really can't replace with anything else, I don't think. I think it's going to go very nicely in this. And then 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So 1/2 teaspoon of cardamom,
1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. We have a lemon tree, and this is the only lemon that came off of it last year, and I've been waiting to use it for something. This is it. All right, 2 cups of water, and we're going to be using 2 teaspoons of cornstarch toward the end, plus 1 tablespoon of water with that. Okay, let's get started, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, you guys, this is like so easy. So I mixed my spices with my maple syrup, and I just dumped those on top of the blueberries here. And then I'm going to add the water in. I'm going to mix it up really well. I'm going to bring the heat up to a medium-high heat. I want it to come to a boil. And then after that, I'm going to lower it and put in my cornstarch with a little water mixture to thicken it up a little bit. And it's going to be a little thick, but it'll still be kind of soupy. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be served cold. So once I'm done with this, it goes into the fridge. See how it kind of thickened up? And then I'm going to serve it with a little yogurt on top. All right, for lunch that day, I had some of my leftover chicken enchilada pasta skillet with some green beans. And I was listening to somebody tell me about how when they grew up, their mother used to put a bed of greens under all of her food, and that was to boost her greens intake. I'm having it with some kimchi, so I'm going to try that on some of my meals, is put them on a bit of greens. All right, we went out for dinner. We haven't been out in forever, and these are the things that we had. I ate all my vegetables first, and then it was just really good. I did have that chicken, that barbecue chicken breast was amazing. Honey and I shared a small baklava, and then we took the kids to get an ice cream cone. I got a small one afterwards. All right, so that's it. We had a really great time out. It's been our first time out since to like a restaurant since like March, I think, or February, or when all this started. So it was really nice to just get out. And it's kind of weird because seeing how many people are out there, how many people are wearing masks, how many people are not, and just kind of like getting the whole scope of everything, getting your temperature taken before you go in anywhere. In particular, they don't do that at the grocery stores that I go to yet. But the restaurants, I guess they do, right? So it was a very interesting night. Again, I want to remind you to please check us out when we do the Zoom meeting with Dish with Dee, if you would like to. And I am going to put the information for that up on the screen so that you can have the password. Actually, it's going to be down below. In the description box, I will have the Zoom meeting number and the password. The password is weight loss. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys, and I hope you are making sure that you get your vegetables and your fruits in today. Let them have the space that something else would have that's going to make you full, because you got to get those fruits and veggies in first. Your gut will thank you for it, and so will our weight loss journey. All right, bye, guys.